Hello, dear astrology lovers, and welcome to my new video dedicated to Jupiter's transit through the sign of Leo from June 2026 until July 2027. This is such a powerful transit because Jupiter feels great in this bright, brave, and positive sign ruled by the sun, so we can expect a significant energy shift collectively and on a personal level as well. First, I will explain the general meaning of this transit and the lessons Jupiter is bringing while moving through Leo. And then we will look at how this energy may manifest personally in your horoscope based on your rising sign. I think it's important to understand the overall energy so you can translate it to your own horoscope. So I believe that even the first part of this video is worth watching. So let's see what Jupiter in Leo represents in general. Jupiter is the great benefic, the planet of luck, protection, growth, and opportunities. And while transiting Leo, it's inviting us to recognize and acknowledge our own potential and become more aware of our gifts and share them with the world, to be more confident and courageous, and most importantly, to be more visible and create opportunities instead of just waiting for them. Jupiter in Leo is anything but modest and never shrinks itself to fit in. It shines brightly, allowing its full potential to shine through, and that's exactly what it wants us to do in the areas of our lives it will be transiting. So this is our chance to choose growth and expansion. Jupiter in Leo also reminds us that playing small doesn't always serve our growth, and it definitely encourages us to take up space, trust our abilities, and allow ourselves to dream at least a little bit bigger. It's important to understand that this is not about ego, exaggeration, or seeking attention for its own sake. It's definitely not about that. It's about recognizing your potential and having the courage to express it. Leo is also associated with heart, and Jupiter tends to expand wherever it touches. So during this transit, many of us may feel called to live more from the heart and make choices that bring genuine joy and reconnect with what truly inspires us. And Jupiter in Leo definitely teaches us that our talents are meant to be developed and shared, because a gift that remains hidden cannot serve, help, or inspire others. And there is somebody on this planet who might need you, your talent, your skills, and your gifts. So it's good to think about sharing them with the world. And this transit also encourages us to stop doubting ourselves and start using our natural abilities more consciously and more confidently. So whatever it is that you would like to start, a YouTube channel, an Instagram page, launch your own brand, whatever, this transit is inviting you to be more courageous and do it. And finally, Jupiter in Leo also wants us to embrace creativity and do more of what we truly love. And why is that important? Because finding your passion and sticking to it is often the path toward your life purpose, which is something that Jupiter strongly represents. And life with purpose and without a purpose can't even be compared. And now let's explore what you can expect from this transit in your horoscope. Dear Capricorn Rising, Jupiter will be transiting your 8th house. The 8th house is associated with plenty of financial things such as investments, shared resources, inheritance, loans, taxes, and insurance. If there is a strong and harmonious connection between your 4th and 8th houses in the natal chart, you may receive some inheritance during this transit. Of course, this will not happen to everyone, but if circumstances circumstances are already moving in that direction, Jupiter can help things unfold more smoothly. And one of the most common manifestations of Jupiter in the eighth house is receiving material support from others. So, money resources, sponsorships, and financial assistance may come more easily during this period. The eighth house is also your partner's finances. And that's because it's the second house from the seventh. And because of this, positive developments may occur in your partner's financial situation, which can also impact your life in case you live together, right? So, salary increases, bonuses, improved business results, or greater financial stability are all possible manifestations. This is also the house of investments. So, for some, Jupiter's transit through Leo could be a productive period for investing in something that holds a long term value. And it could be anything that resonates with you, from real estate to insurance, retirement funds, savings plans, and others. So, any type of investments. The eighth house also represents loans and mortgages. So, this could be a good period for receiving approval for a loan, for example. As always, with Jupiter, it's important not to exaggerate. If natal Jupiter is in difficult aspects, there can be a tendency to overestimate what is manageable and borrow more than necessary and then regret it later. So pay attention to this and think twice before making a big move and before making that decision. And if you're planning a pregnancy, this can be a supportive transit, particularly if other indicators in the chart point in the same direction. Also, if when it comes to health overall, if you have a health condition that requires a surgery, for example, Jupiter's presence here can help provide protection, smoother recovery, and generally more favorable circumstances during the process. The eighth house is also one of the most transformative areas of the chart. And since Jupiter tends to expand everything that it touches, it can sometimes make certain fears, worries, or emotional issues feel bigger than they actually are. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes we only decide to deal with something once it becomes impossible to ignore. So if a particular fear, insecurity, or emotional pattern keeps showing up during this transit, try to look at it as an opportunity to understand it better, work through it, and eventually move beyond it. Also, many Capricorn risings may notice that they're becoming more willing to let go of what no longer serves them. And it can be connected to the house Jupiter rules in the birth chart. So pay attention to that house and Jupiter's aspects in your natal chart and see what kind of changes it can bring during its transit through the eighth house. And this transit can also bring a deeper interest in psychology, astrology, and esoteric disciplines in general. Because the eighth house is very deep, it's naturally ruled by Scorpio, so all these disciplines kind of belong here. Overall, Jupiter's journey through the eighth house can bring material, psychological, and emotional changes and growth. And it encourages you to make wise financial decisions, to invest in a very smart and intelligent way, and also accept support from others when it is available. So that's all for Capricorn Rising. I hope this video gave you some useful insights into what Jupiter's transit through Leo may bring into your life over the next year. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more astrology content, and that way you will also help my channel grow, which I will be super grateful. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a beautiful Jupiter transit through Leo. Thank you so much, and see you in my next video.